Well, the future is now. That's the timeline. And the question of identity, as it exists particularly in America, and I'd like to highlight, particularly in America, is always a good question. Simultaneously, I love the Sufi poet Hafiz, who says in one poem, "The other is a lie." One dude said, "Love thy neighbor." I'm on some like marry your enemy shit. My point is, there is action and reaction. Taking action when it is reactionary subjects us to essentially asking the same question over and over again, like we on some 70s shit. It would be wonderful if, for example, we all had to read Black Elk Speaks in school, all right? Just as it would be wonderful, I mean, like, before I give a list of examples of shit that would be great to read in education, my point is that this culture and the global culture itself, it's all been written. There are beautiful fucking works of art and literature and all of these questions that Frantz Fanon raised, and Aimé Césaire raised, and James Baldwin raised, and Bessie Head raised, and Alice Walker raised, and Octavia Butler raised, and blah, 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 right? And that's just one side of it. We can't just keep asking the same questions, can we? Like, revolution. Revolution means change, we all know that, right? So, the change that you make in your individual life, for some, like for me, there was a point where I was like, I need to be a better listener. I may not have come to that idea on my own. But at least I arrived there, like, maybe she's right. Your anger is justified, but so is your love. This country, I'm looking forward, actually, to the idea when we transcend the idea of boundary. I understand it, I respect it, I get it. Makes more sense to me like the football match, your favorite team. You wave the flag of your team, right? I was thinking of soccer when I said football, forgive me. In this country, revolution in this country, okay. I'm gonna read a poem. Hopefully we'll answer some of these questions. I'm not presenting it as an answer. I'm just reading the fucking poem because you referenced it, and I've been thinking about it. It's called Set the Shotgun to the Head. I won't read the whole thing because it's too long, but I'm gonna end on this note. And so before I read it, I guess I'll just say that, one, it's a pleasure to be here. I also say congratulations to Shanaka on the release of your new collection of poetry. Are they available here? Everyone needs to buy Shanaka's book.
Yes, and thank you.
Yes, and thank you. We were talking in the back about meeting when she was 15, which means that I'm 11 now. Yeah, I was about 7. You guys are laughing. I only identify as that shit. People ask me, how old are you? I'm like, in your years? I'm dead serious. I don't play it. I really don't play it. Let's hear this shit. Good luck with that. I read this great thing. I read it when I was 6. 22 in your years. And it was about, I never remember the name of this tribe, but they were in Ethiopia, and it's the name of the group that actually, said to be the first to lock their hair. And what was interesting, huh?
Mau.
Yeah?
Mau's, right?
It wasn't the Mau. No, I would remember that. Well, I don't remember, so I don't mean to just refute your shit and not have an answer. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't that good. I don't know. But it wasn't that. But every time I hear Mama, I think of Richard Pryor. If you watch his Wattstack shit, I think it's there. Anyway, they had this practice, and I remember the male identified side of the story, which was that for the age of 0 to 23, they would not cut their hair, and at the age of 23, they would have rites of passage and cut their hair for the beginning of adolescence. And they would keep their head shaved for the eternity of adolescence, meaning that they would begin growing it again when they entered manhood at the age of 42.
Wow.
It's always made perfect sense to me. For real. I read it when I was 22, meaning right before I was 23. In your years. And yeah. Because I see a lot of people, including myself, walking around like, we're supposed to be adults in this shit. These guys are acting. What's going on? Okay. All right. Yeah. And it's been clear. It's been clear anyway. So that's it. I think a necessary aside. I like sharing that because I think it's something that might be cool to think about. I don't remember the actual age that womanhood began, but it was about 30. But, it was probably a patriarchal society that was based on some traditional bullshit that we need to do better than that. Who knows, I mean, they need to stop this whole gender. Okay, so,